Welcome to Verse of the Day, and also welcome to a new week that the Lord has blessed us with. We have this hope and this assurance that this is the day that the Lord has made. Our scripture is from Exodus 15 verse 26, and it says, "And said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee." After the crossing of the Red Sea, which was arguably the most amazing miracle that the children of Israel had ever seen, there was singing of songs, victorious dance, and praise in the entire congregation of the children of Israel. But when they came to the wilderness of Shur, they encountered a problem. For 3 days, we are told, they drank no water because the water at the place was very bitter. A quick lesson to learn from this is that the Christian life is not one of smooth victories and a plain path. In fact, the Bible calls it the narrow way. And so we should expect trials and tribulations, for this is what makes us grow. When the Israelites had no water to drink, they started murmuring and complaining at Moses, as if Moses was their God. But Moses turned to the true God for help and comfort. Verse 25 of Exodus 15 says, "And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them." And that's where God says, "And said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that heals thee." Here's a lesson that I don't want you to forget. Understand that your well-being and health depends upon obedience to the commandments of God. And not just commandments, but all commandments of God, as the text said. And this is not just limited to the 10 commandments that we know, but all the laws of nature, the laws that govern our being. For the text also said statutes, which were principles of health and hygiene given to Moses for the children of Israel by God. Lastly, this verse has a wonderful promise that when we have done these things, He will heal us, and none of the diseases will come upon us like those that were inflicted upon the Egyptians, who did not follow the laws of God. When you study the Egyptian physicians, you find that they never claimed to have healing power, but said it was of their gods. In their medical handbooks, which are now a little more than 4,000 years old, diseases are divided into 3 classes. Number 1, those that can be treated. 2, those that can be arrested. And thirdly, those that cannot be cured. And even though medical science has advanced a lot today, the same classification of diseases is still used. See, the surgeon can make the incision and do surgery, remove an organ and sew up the wound, but he cannot heal. Doctors can give us medicine to relieve our pain, but that's where their skill ends. The actual healing process is performed by a power beyond the control of science. It is still true in the 21st century as it was in the time of Moses that God alone imparts healing. Another quick lesson to also learn from this is how Jesus can turn your bitter into better, your sour into sweet. Very, very important lesson to learn is how God tells Moses to take a tree and throw it into the waters, and then after he does that, the waters become sweet. I believe, and from what I've studied, that this tree represents the cross, represents Jesus, who is the true vine. And when we allow Jesus in our lives, our bitter, yes, we shall have bitter moments, yes, we shall have bitter experiences, but when we have Jesus, he will turn the bitter into better and the sour into sweet. So thank you so much. Hope to see you tomorrow for another verse of the day.
There is healing in the name of the Lord. There's a wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb.